The engraved granite slab in front of the building bore the answer. CERN Conseil européen pour la recherche nucléaire. Nuclear research? Langdon asked, fairly certain his translation was correct. The driver did not answer. He was leaning forward, busily adjusting the car's cassette player. This is your stop. The director will meet you at this entrance. Langdon noted a man in a wheelchair exiting the building. He looked to be in his early 60s. Gaunt and totally bald with a sternly set jaw, he wore a white lab coat and dress shoes propped firmly on the wheelchair's footrest. Even at a distance his eyes looked lifeless like two gray stones. Is that him? Langdon asked. The driver looked up. Well, I'll be. He turned and gave Langdon an ominous smile. Speak of the devil. Uncertain what to expect, Langdon stepped from the vehicle. The man in the wheelchair accelerated toward Langdon and offered a clammy hand. Mr. Langdon? We spoke on the phone. My name is Maximilian Kohler. 7. Maximilian Kohler, Director General of CERN, was known behind his back as König King. It was a title more of fear than reverence for the figure who ruled over his dominion from a wheelchair throne. Although few knew him personally, the horrific story of how he had been crippled was lore at CERN, and there were few there who blamed him for his bitterness, nor for his sworn dedication to pure science. Langdon had only been in Kohler's presence a few moments and already sensed the director was a man who kept his distance. Langdon found himself practically jogging to keep up with Kohler's electric wheelchair as it sped silently toward the main entrance. The wheelchair was like none Langdon had ever seen, equipped with a bank of electronics including a multi-line phone, a paging system, computer screen, even a small, detachable video camera. King Kohler's Mobile Command Center. Langdon followed through a mechanical door into CERN's voluminous main lobby. The glass cathedral, Langdon mused, gazing upward toward heaven. Overhead, the bluish glass roof shimmered in the afternoon sun, casting rays of geometric patterns in the air and giving the room a sense of grandeur. Angular shadows fell like veins across the white tiled walls and down to the marble floors. The air smelled clean, sterile. A handful of scientists moved briskly about, their footsteps echoing in the resonant space. This way, please, Mr. Langdon. His voice sounded almost computerized. His accent was rigid and precise, like his stern features. Kohler coughed and wiped his mouth on a white handkerchief as he fixed his dead gray eyes on Langdon. Please hurry. His wheelchair seemed to leap across the tiled floor. Langdon followed past what seemed to be countless hallways branching off the main atrium. Every hallway was alive with activity. The scientists who saw Kohler seemed to stare in surprise, eyeing Langdon as if wondering who he must be to command such company. I'm embarrassed to admit, Langdon ventured, trying to make conversation, that I've never heard of CERN. Not surprising, Kohler replied, his clipped response sounding harshly efficient. Most Americans do not see Europe as the world leader in scientific research. They see us as nothing but a quaint shopping district, an odd perception if you consider the nationalities of men like Einstein, Galileo, and Newton. Langdon was unsure how to respond. He pulled the facts from his pocket. This man in the photograph, can you? Kohler cut him off with a wave of his hand. Please. Not here. I am taking you to him now. He held out his hand. Perhaps I should take that. Langdon handed over the facts and fell silently into step. Kohler took a sharp left and entered a wide hallway adorned with awards and commendations. A particularly large plaque dominated the entry. Langdon slowed to read the engraved bronze as they passed. ARS Electronica Award. For cultural innovation in the digital age, awarded to Tim Berners-Lee and CERN for the invention of the World Wide Web. Well, I'll be damned, Langdon thought, reading the text. This guy wasn't kidding. Langdon had always thought of the web as an American invention. Then again, his knowledge was limited to the site for his own book and the occasional online exploration of the Louvre or El Prado on his old Macintosh. The web, Kohler said, coughing again and wiping his mouth, began here as a network of in-house computer sites. It enabled scientists from different departments to share daily findings with one another.